When March to October first came out last year in MLB The Show 19, there was a lot of speculation that this was the beginning of the end for franchise mode. Now, I myself tried it, but felt myself gravitating back towards franchise mode due to the total control and the replayability in the mode, but there are some major improvements to March to October this year that I believe is going to entice you to go that direction instead of franchise mode. So today, I wanted to give you a quick look at 8 new March to October features in MLB The Show 20. At number 1, a new trade management hub. Now, this is number 1 for a reason. This is the most exciting addition to March to October. Denote things like positional needs, which you can call out contact power, positional prospects, pitching prospects, and a lot more. You can denote your team needs. You can pick players to target, players to shop, something that I've been talking about for a long time. You can set your untouchables. I mean, this is a real opportunity to build your team and build the stories the way you want. Now, it being in March to October is good. Front office moves in the mode is a big improvement from the last year. Number 2, call up opportunities. So as you know, as you're playing through March to October, dynamic opportunities that are thrown at you from game to game. Usually they are play opportunities, and then last year there was 1 trade opportunity. This year, however, there's going to be multiple opportunities, and some of them will be call-up opportunities. Now, this is based on team needs and performance of some of these prospects in AAA. The example we got to see is Michael Kopech, where you had the option to call him up into the big leagues and then send someone down from the MLB. At number 3, more trade opportunities. Instead of that 1 trade that you got in last year's March to October, you'll see multiple throughout the year, multiple opportunities to trade. In addition to that, it won't just be 1 team. It'll be from multiple teams. You know, I don't know how many trades are going to be able to work. This is going to be tied to the trade management hub where you're going to have to call out everyone you're trying to get and some people you're trying to shop, and that might actually dictate how many players that you get to trade. At number 4, new gated reward system. You earn new team affinity points at check-ins based on performance, difficulty, and team. So last year you played through the entire season and then you were graded on that season and then you got affinity awards from that. Well, on this one, there are 5 stages at which you'll be evaluated and then awarded team affinity rewards, which you could then use to unlock items in the team affinity program. There's the first half that goes up to the All-Star break. Then there's the second half. There's after the division series, after the championship series, and then obviously after the World Series. You'll get to see what your record is, what you were expected to win based off the difficulty. You'll also get to see what your average difficulty was if you're playing dynamic. You'll see the win differential, and then you'll be awarded your team affinity score. In addition to that, you'll see where you sit in the division, what your batting, pitching, and fielding, ratings were, and then also your front office rating. Coming in at number 5, carry over to franchise mode. So this year, when you finish your season in March to October, you can continue on into franchise mode. In the past, it just ended. That was one of the things that actually stopped me from playing a lot of March to October because I felt like it would just end and it wasn't a good sense of time. Whereas now, you could play that first season in March to October, get all of those points, maybe build, get some trades, get through it really quickly, like 10 to 12 hours. But now you can continue that on into franchise mode and build it from there. At number 6, there's 2 new difficulty settings. There's beginner and there's dynamic. Now with dynamic, you can also choose your starting difficulty, so you don't always have to start at beginner. This is going to be really good for new and veteran players. The beginners, rookie, I've heard is a little bit too hard for a lot of people. And then dynamic, you're going to get to see just how good you are, going to evaluate you from game to game, and it's going to use that average of what your difficulty setting was as you played through every situation, or episodes as they call them. Number 7, there are now pitcher player lock opportunities. So this year you can lock onto a pitcher and play in these episodes in these, short challenges from the pitcher's perspective. You couldn't do that actually last year. And even if you trade for a pitcher, if you call up a pitcher, your first opportunity right immediately after is going to be a player lock for the pitcher. And then if you obviously perform well with that pitcher, then you get a boost for the rest of the season, which is a big deal. And lastly, number 8, there's more compelling variety. There's a higher likelihood that you'll be stepping into a situation that you can impact. These are game leveraged situations. They created a brand new system called the Leverage Index, which is a way of tracking how big big a moment actually is. And rather than pick predefined moments here and there, it evaluates every situation to see what is the leverage index, and if it's super high, then it thrusts you into that situation to play the game. This is what the score is, how many outs are left, how difficult it is. Now, it's not a system that you'll see outward, it's something that happens behind the scenes within the game, but this is also something that's being applied to Road to the Show to make every time that you step in and play something that is going to be really intense, really impactful, that you could change the outcome of the game. I would love to know what you guys think about March to October. Are you going to play it when the game comes out on March 13th via early access? And until the next one, we'll see ya. Peace.